Hey, good morning, everybody. Hope you guys are having a fantastic morning. Right now, I'm just going to be playing some background music as we wait for some early morning stragglers to join us. We will be providing a pre-recording or recording of this just in case you miss it.
Yeah, yeah, I'm out that
So share it
Brooklyn.
with
Now I'm
anybody
down in
that might
Tribeca,
be
right
interested
next
in
to the
hearing it.
narrow. But I'll be hood
Got you
forever.
guys.
I'm the new Sinatra. And since I made it here, I can make it anywhere. Yeah, they love me everywhere. I used to cop in Harlem. All of my Dominicanos right there up on Broadway. Pulled me back to that McDonald's. Took it to my stash spot, 560 State Street. Catch me in the kitchen like a Simmons whipping pastry. Cruising down A Street, off-white Lexus. Driving so slow, but BK is from Texas. Me, I'm out that Bed-Stuy, home of that boy Biggie. Now I live on Billboard, and I brought my boys with me. Say what up to Tata, still sipping my top. Sitting courtside, Knicks and Nets give me high five. I be spiked out, I could trip a referee. About my attitude that I most definitely from. Hey.
We're just giving everybody a chance to join us. Thank you for joining us, everyone that's made it so far. Excited to get the show on the road.
You welcome, OG. I made you hot. Catch me at the X with OG at a Yankee game. That made the Yankee hat more famous than a Yankee king. You should know I bleed blue, but I ain't a crypto.
We'll be starting at the end of this song. Just give people a little bit of chance to catch up.
Corners where we selling Africa been by the home of the hip hop. Yellow cap, gypsy cap, dollar cap, holla back. For foreigners, it ain't fair, they act like they
Hey, welcome. Thank you for joining us. We'll be starting once the song is over. Just giving everyone a chance to catch up.
Me, I got a plug special ed, I got it made. If Jesus paying LeBron, I'm paying Dwayne Wade. 3 dice CeeLo, 3 card Marley. Labor Day parade, rest in peace, Bob Marley. Statue of Liberty, long live the World Trade, long live the King, yo. I'm from the Empire State. That's to the bright light, baby. Lights is blinding, girls need blinders so they could step out of bounds quick. The sidelines is lined with casualties who sip the life casually, then gradually become worse. Don't fight the apple eve, caught up in the in crowd. Now you're in style, and in the winter gets cold, in vogue with your skin out. City of sin, it's a pity on a whim. Good girls going bad, the city's filled with them. Mommy took a bus trip, now she got a bust out. Everybody ride her, just like a bus route. Hail Mary to the city, you're a virgin, and Jesus can't save you. Life starts when the church in. Came here for school, graduated to the highlight. Ball players, rap stars, addicted to the limelight. Empty and May got you feeling like a champion. The city never sleeps, better slip you an ambient.
Street lights, big dreams, all looking pretty. No place in the world that can compare. Put your lighters in the air, everybody say yeah, yeah. Come on, yeah, yeah. In New York, concrete jungle where dreams are made of. There's nothing you can't do. Count on New York. These streets will make you feel brand new. Big lights will inspire you. Let's hear it for New York, New York, New York.
Awesome. Had to start off the morning with a classic song. Hope you guys are ready for what we have in store. Got quite a bit of information to share with you guys for your cannabis stores. Um, Just wanted to do a quick check, make sure everybody can hear me. Are you guys able to type in the chat okay? If you guys can give like a thumbs up or anything like that, that would be greatly appreciated. And we're about to get underway. Thank you, thank you. Appreciate that, Kat, Casey. Sweet. Thank you, John. All right, guys. So, cannabis marketing in New York. Um, the goal today is to kind of get you guys up to speed on what are the best ways for you guys to market your cannabis store, cannabis business, and how you can do that legally following the regulations and compliances that are set out by the government of the state of New York, as well as the federal government, because it is still considered a Schedule One drug. So we'll be going over all that, telling you guys about like tried and tested methods that we've done over the past 5 years now. So we'll get right into it. We'll also be discussing things like SEO, email marketing, and Google Business Profile, and how you can take advantage of these resources that are already provided to you. We'll teach you guys about backlinks, citations, and what type of marketing will get you the most ROI, most bang for your buck. So the next slide. Who we are at Prosper Media. So we've been helping cannabis dispensaries for over 5 years now. When we originally started doing digital marketing, we were helping HVAC customers, like HVAC companies, contractors. And I had a friend of mine, well, because we're based out of Toronto, Canada, we were legalized a little bit before you guys. So we were kind of able to see how to market things and see what works and what doesn't and test all that. And what we realized, or what happened was our good friend of mine, he reached out to me and he's like, yo, we're opening a cannabis dispensary and we want to let you, like we were looking for digital marketing services. And at the time, I was like, my mind was blown. I was like, cannabis dispensaries need digital marketing? Like that was news to me. I thought, you just open up shop and the customers will flock to you like bees to honey. But the problem was when the government starts letting like too many stores open up, you got to have ways to stand out and get ahead of, get some visibility so that people are able to find you, and you can get them into your store. So um, that's kind of something we realized. We didn't even realize that digital marketing companies, or cannabis companies needed digital marketing. And what happened was when we started working with them, they recommended another buddy of theirs, another dispensary owner. So they had stores in like separate cities. And when we started working with them, after the 2 month mark, the my friend's friend that they referred to us as their cannabis store, they told us like, look, it's been 2 months. We don't think digital marketing is the plan for our like we don't think it's gonna work for our store. It's not really something that's gonna be moving the needle for us. And so that's cool, no hard feelings, right? They parted ways with us. But the other client stayed with us. And what happened was within a year and a half, that second company, they ended up closing down. Just for the simple reason that they had four separate stores, from in like one block. Like they had four different cannabis dispensaries, legal cannabis stores, that were open. They were on the government website. So when you start getting like crowded, and you're not visible online, because there's always hundreds of people, if not thousands of people every month in your area, like typing in cannabis store dispensary near me. So when you have too much clutter, like there's too many signals going, people are looking for a dispensary, but you're not showing up. It'll get you kind of like lost in the crowd, kind of lost in the sauce, and it makes it, you miss out on valuable leads. Like these can be lifetime, long-term customers that just aren't finding you on the simple fact that you don't show up for simple keywords. So that's kind of how we got into it. It was like a light bulb moment for us, realizing that digital marketing is a key component for cannabis stores. Um, so proximity protection, you guys are probably aware. Um, Real quick, I want to say there's two more people that just joined the live stream. I just want to welcome you guys. This has been pre-recorded. We'll share everything with you in case there's something that you might have missed. And then yes, Aman will be in the chat. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the chat. We can answer them, and we'll be answering questions at the end as well. So no problem at all, guys. Whatever's comfortable for you. So yeah, with the proximity protection, originally there was like a buffer zone. It was the exact same situation, like north of the border. They were telling people, "Hey, we're not going to let too many stores open. We're going to try to keep it at like 10,000 per store, like 10,000 people per store." And what happened was like literally within one like city block, like if you look in Toronto, it has over like 200 dispensaries, and some of them are like just right beside each other, like one business apart. It'll just be like a dispensary, it'll be like a ice cream parlor and another dispensary, and it's like that should have never happened. But now that it's happened, you got to deal with it. You got to roll with the punches, and you got to see like what can I do. And for those people, especially when the dispensaries are already there's already so many open, you got to find out ways to be visible. Like, how can you get ahead of the people around you? How can you get more customers through your door? So with the licensed dispensaries, at the time of this presentation, it was around 413 plus licensed stores, and now it's like 494 on the official website. Like I checked this morning, so it's we're expecting hundreds more, if not even more than that. So it's a digital marketing is a very unique solution where it kind of helps you stand out in a crowded market. Now, marketing cannabis in New York, there's several ways that you can go about it, right? There's like the different ads that you can run, Meta ads, Google ads, and then there's social media. Now, the problem with running Meta ads and Google ads, and we've run Google ads for our cannabis clients before, just the big problem is you can't target cannabis related keywords, not really. Um, And the other problem is anything cannabis related, because it's still a Schedule One drug. People will see that, or Google will see that and treat it like it's crack or it's cocaine. Like they just won't show ads for something like that, especially if your landing page is all about like cannabis. You have to have all these like workarounds. It becomes harder to target the right people. So a lot of the time, you're spending a lot of your ad dollars just trying to circumvent how these platforms pick and choose ads to show people, and like how they judge like whether it's legal or not, quote unquote. So you always have that problem with the running ads. And then with social media is good. I do recommend it. We do have clients like using social media, or at least setting it up so you have a presence. The only thing is with social media, it's not as intent based. Like the customers that are coming, or the people that are on social media, they're not exactly looking to purchase cannabis at the time. For example, when you compare it to like Google, if somebody's typing in like dispensaries near me, cannabis store, cannabis, or just dispensary into their search bar, that's a huge like buying signal. Like that person is almost we're going to get into the stats, but that person is pretty much guaranteed to come and purchase like within 24 hours. So when you compare that to like social media, I'm not saying don't invest in social media. I'm just saying like see where you're going to get your most ROI. um and these are some of the stats I want to get into. I won't be getting into all of them. Just I won't be just reading off the slides. But when we send you guys the PowerPoints as well, so you guys have a copy of this, you'll be able to click each link and go through and see like where these stats are being pulled from. So you have like that back end data too. So that's something kind of unique about us is we educate all of our clients. We make sure that you are learning everything we are. For example, what are backlinks, citations, which we'll get into. You'll always be learning, right? It's the our job is to make sure that you're just not wearing multiple hats. Like you already have to run a store. We deal with cannabis store owners all the time. Like we know how busy you guys already are. So having to do your own digital marketing is definitely possible. But we want to make sure that like you learn it, so then you're not just everything's not just going over your head. You're always like in the loop and seeing, okay, this is what's happening, or this is what I can be doing next, and this is why I'm doing it. So we're about to get into all that as well. So a couple stats I wanted to tell you. Like I mentioned, 76% of local searches result in a store visit within 24 hours. So that's a huge intent-based signal. Like the people on Google are like for sure they're coming to try to buy, versus people on social media. They might like you. They might just be loyal to the brand. They might just like the type of content you're making. Um, but it's not like a guarantee the way Google it kind of confirms that these people are going to want to buy from you. Um, the number one organic result gets 27.6% of the clicks. So obviously you want the number one spot, but ideally any of the top three spots and you're golden. Like all three of those spots, you'll see a big boost in your business compared to being like in the like under the fifth spot, or even in the second page. Like majority of people like aren't thinking that far to like, hey, should I be looking that deep should I be looking that deep for a dispensary? Like we live in the age of commodity, right? Like the Amazon Prime, like same day, next day shipping. So when people look for a dispensary near me, they're like, okay, what are the three options? Google must be telling me something about these if they're on the top three. Let me pick one and like let's go. So that's kind of how like customers are shopping and using Google nowadays. And the stats pretty much back that up. So I just wanted to like show you guys like we always work with the numbers, because we always say, right, men lie, women lie, numbers don't. So it's like when we get actual stats and data to work with and see what's working and what's not, we start making educated guesses, and actually instead of taking like shots in the dark, we're actually able to kind of see what's going on, what works and what doesn't, where we should be investing our time and energy. So with that being said, what you guys can be doing, and we recommend these three steps for every cannabis store, any cannabis business in general, just because of like the nature of the beast, how advertising is still a little restricted. I know some cannabis licensed products can be advertised, like if you're like a microprocessor, for example, but cannabis stores can't advertise. So in search engine optimization, that's a key component, right? You want to make sure that your website is structured for ranking on Google, because Google, what it does is it scans everyone's website like at least once a month to see what your website's all about. And if your website doesn't have the proper structure, the title tags, the correct H1 headers, Google will be confused. It's like, okay, like, are you an authority about cannabis in New York or not? So if everything isn't matching like your city, your area, like what it's all about and providing Google that content, it'll become a lot harder to show up in the top three spots for like not just your website, but for your Google business profile as well. Because when you attach your website to your Google business profile, Google scans that as well to see, okay, this is the business. What are they all about? Let's check out their website. So your website does play a small part in how your Google business profile ranks as well, on the map pack. And then after that, you want to focus on like email and SMS marketing. So the beauty of like search engine optimization and Google business profile ranking is you will pull a lot of intent-based customers. Like these people want cannabis. That's the only reason they're searching like with those keywords. So once they come into your store, what you want to do is, of course, you guys know there's some ability to compete with products, but because everyone can buy like any product, it's products isn't the key differentiator. It is a big thing. You should definitely have a diverse stock. Um, but one thing, you guys already know this. I know you guys know this, but your customer service is huge, right? You want to make sure that the people coming in are treated well. You want to be able to read a book too, right? If someone like you can tell they don't want to be like bothered or talked to, like give them like treat people how they want to be treated or how you want to be treated. So, but you want to provide that excellent customer service. You want to make people feel welcome. Encourage your staff to like have conversations if the store is like not as busy, and that way it starts to make like a community aspect. Like people will tie your store to like positive and healthy emotions, and they're gonna want to come to your store just to purchase, even if it might be like a dollar or two more than the next guy. It won't matter because of the service you provide. Now, what you want to do though is you want to really hammer in the nail with this, like creating that customer loyalty. Is once you use your business digital assets like your website to attract people in, you want to capture like their email or their SMS, like their phone number, so you can start doing more targeted. Well, you can start doing more targeted like reach outs. If you start doing like a loyalty program, you can see what products that people are purchasing, and then you can start sending emails to people based on what they actually like. So for example, if you guys are getting like some customers that are buying like an ounce at a time, and that's what they like, it's just for them, it's just simple, like whether it's sativa, indica, they're just buying an ounce at a time because they just like to re-up one time. And basically when that happens, you want to be able to get them to you keep sending them reoccurring. So if you have like a promotion for the ounce for like a half ounce off, or you have like a buy one get one ounce situation, now you can target these people specifically. Like you can make sure that the people that are interested in this product, they're able to see it. So email marketing has one of the highest ROIs, just like ranking your Google business profile and doing your um, uh, focusing on your website's rankings. I noticed someone else just joined us a couple minutes back. Thank you and welcome to the webinar. We'll be sharing the slides and the recording as well, so anything you might have missed out in the beginning, you'll be able to catch up. Feel free to ask any questions, and we'll be taking care of them in the chat or at the end of the meeting. So yeah, going on to the next one. So why SEO is kind of your core channel. So unlike ads, for example, if you're spending like an X amount per month on your ads, the growth that you can get is very limited. Say, for example, you're spending like $100 on ads, and you're getting like 50 clicks. So you pretty much won't get more than 50 clicks unless you start spending more and more money. Now, the beauty with SEO is it's kind of like a snowball effect. Now, in the beginning, it'll be a little bit slow, obviously, because Google takes time to index all the back work that you're doing. But over time, once you start ranking for your most valuable keywords, you don't have to start investing more and more. You can keep investing the same amount every month. But because the work adds up every single month and it stacks on top of each other, you're going to notice that you don't have to keep spending more a month like ads, but the return that you're getting once you start ranking higher and higher by just investing the same amount each month, it'll outpace what you could have gotten with just running ads, by far, especially in a niche like the cannabis. Um, Another thing is, if you have a website already, you want to focus on adding content, whether that's building like separate landing pages or even adding a blog to your website. And you just want to be as informative about cannabis as possible, like different ways to consume it, um, different activities to do while you're high. Um, Top 10 movies to watch while you're high, like any different thing like that. You can provide content on your website, because like I said, Google will scan your website every single month to see what you're all about. And when you start adding multiple, like lots of content, like you're adding 500,000 word blogs every week, every month, Google sees, okay, this website's definitely an authority when it comes to cannabis in whatever city, whether it's like the Bronx, Queens, Brooklyn, New York City itself, Manhattan, right, Upper West Side, whatever. Whatever the case may be. But that is what sets you apart with Google. Like, think of Google as like not even just like it's a whole algorithm. Just think of it as a person that's looking at your website and it judges it over 200 different metrics and says like, why should I put this website over this website? What sets it apart? And part of that is like content. What type of content you have, and is it valuable to the people that are in the area searching for cannabis? In this case, cannabis. So we're going to give you a quick run through of our like SEO method. This is what we've been doing for our clients, and we've gotten like excellent ROI for them. Just to like let you guys know, like none of our clients are locked into a retainer. No one's locked in for a year, anything like that. They choose to work with us like month over month, and it's partly because of this method. Because we're able to just get the results, right? At the end of the day, that's what matters the most. So the first step you guys want to focus on is keyword research. You want to see what are the needle moving keywords for your business. For a lot of you, it's going to be like cannabis related, right? Obviously, cannabis store, cannabis near me, dispensaries, cannabis in the city that you're in, for example. So you want to do that research. You want to make sure that you're setting up your Google Search Console, Google Analytics, because these are all backend data that Google provides for you. And that way you can see what's working, what's not, what pages are bringing in traffic, what pages aren't, which keywords you're showing up for, which keywords you should focus on. So having that backend data means you're not just shooting in the dark anymore. You have like a flashlight to kind of start seeing, hey, what's working, what's here, and you can start building with some purpose instead of just aiming in the dark. After that, you want to start doing on-page optimization. So this is what I mentioned earlier about like your H1 tag, metadata, meta titles. So once you've done keyword research, you want to make sure that your page is set up according to what you want to show up for, whether that's cannabis, whether that's microprocessing, whether you grow cannabis. But for Google, you want to be very coherent with them. Every time they scan your website, they should know exactly what you're all about, so there's no confusion to when they want to show other people your website. After that, we do content creation. So like I mentioned, building blogs, because the more content you have, the more of an authority you seem to Google. When you have sparse content, like under 500 words on your website, Google could consider that more of like a spammy website, something that someone just threw together without much care. But when you show that you have a lot of words and it's like valuable content, not just fluff words either, then Google sees that as a good signal that, okay, this business or this website is trying to show that they're an authority for this exact topic. So once you've got that underway, you want to start building backlinks as well. And now what backlinks are, some of you may know this, some of you may not, but this is part of what we do. We educate our clients to make sure you are aware of everything going on with your business. So backlinks is basically your website connected to another website that's already considered trustworthy by Google. And the more of these connections you make with your website to other trustworthy websites, the more trust it gains in Google's eyes. So eventually, your website, Google has like its own internal metrics to see how trustworthy your website is. There's tools to check them out as well. But basically, once you've built enough trust and everything else is coherent, like you're all about what you say you are, you're all about cannabis, Google will start ranking you higher and showing you in the top spots, especially when you start outranking your customer or your competitors. Like you just build more backlinks than them, and that's like almost a surefire way to rank higher than them. And then there's technical SEO. So you might have a pretty website, which is great. That's something you definitely want, something that's friendly for users to use. You want to make sure that it's loading correctly, it's loading quickly, because people not only do people like turn away from websites that take too long to load, but Google knows this. When it scans your website, it checks how fast it loads, and if it's not loading quickly, then Google will like prevent other people from wanting to go on your website because it does care about how good of a result people are, or how good of an experience people are experiencing when they visit your website. So it's important to make sure everything's working quickly on your website. You might have like everything else underway, but if it's a slow website, Google will penalize you. And then after that, it says ongoing tweaks, tracking. You want to make sure that like, oops. You want to make sure that your Google Search Console, Google Analytics, everything is up to par, everything is matching up. You're focusing on the keywords that are actually going to bring you the best ROI for your investment. So after that, just some quick tips. These are actionable tips that you guys can do, like just as simple as today. So one thing is you can start adding your city, neighborhood in your homepage title tag. Start adding like a keywords in your content. You don't want to overdo it, but you want to sprinkle it in so Google knows what you're all about, and exact keywords. Like you can say something like where the best dispensary near you in your city, for example, and that's a way to like sneak a keyword in. You can add an FAQ talking about like your delivery policy, your return policy, um, any of those, any questions of that nature, to kind of not just provide content but let people visiting your website know, but also to let Google know that like you're serious about what you do. You have everything that people would want to see when it comes to purchasing cannabis. So that's something you could do as well. Create separate pages. So if you have a delivery service that is going out to like multiple cities or multiple neighborhoods, I would recommend creating delivery pages for those neighborhoods as well, to let Google know like, hey, we really specialize in these different areas or these different parts of the city. So that'll help move the authority into your favor as well. And then another quick tip that you guys could do for like your Google business profile, for example, is you can add like a simple keyword. I've seen some people, for example, like this, I won't mention any names, but I've seen them. This store was located in the Bronx, and they had like legal cannabis store, recreational. Like they had a bunch of keywords that they didn't actually need. I recommend adding like a one dominant keyword. So your business name, add a vertical slash or vertical bar, and then just the keyword. So like Bronx Cannabis Store or Manhattan Cannabis Store, something like that. That's the most you should do. You never like keyword stuff because that'll come back to bite you. So leveling up your SEO. So these quick tips. So we kind of touched on this before. Content strategy, right? You want to be making blogs. You want to be talking about different things, the top cannabis products, the top not just the products but the top brands that are you're seeing that most people are buying. Make content about that, start ranking up, so anybody that searches up for that brand, whether it's like Days or Dank or whatever the top brands are in New York right now, you can start showing up if someone is looking for that specific product. So you want to do that. Again, we mentioned create landing pages. So whether it's for like delivery or you can do like dispensary in Jamaica, weed store in Queens, you can have like these different variations to start ranking, and you can build backlinks to them, do internal linking, and like all the trust in your website just continues to go up in front of Google's eyes. And then backlinks, this is kind of like the mortar in between the bricks, right? It holds everything together. You could do all this work and you still may not outrank everybody if you don't have a strong backlink profile. Because when you build strong backlinks, like I mentioned earlier, it builds your trust over time. As you keep building them, Google sees, okay, like there must be like a reason that these trustworthy websites are connecting to this cannabis store. And over time, that trust level with Google starts rising. And as soon as your trust level is like on par with your competitors or higher, that's when Google's like, okay, like based on all the different metrics we have, over 200 signals that Google uses, they start ranking you higher over your competitors. After that, so the Google Business Profile is a huge tool. Of course, it's free to own, but you do want to invest in it. You want to be trying to get consistent Google reviews. Now, Google reviews isn't the end all be all, right? You don't want to just like spend all your time trying to get reviews, because it's not the biggest metric, but it is something. You do still want to get a few reviews a week. You want to be adding like real photos, different products and things like that onto your images. You want to geotag them. You want to add keywords, like I mentioned, not only into your business description, but into your business name as well. And then citations. This is very important. A lot of people don't do that after getting everything set up on their business profile. And that is essentially, citations are just like business directories where you add your business information. And the three main things are your NAP, your NAP, which is your name, address, and phone number. You want to make sure that these three are consistent across the board. So once you've scheduled, or once you've made your business name, you want to make sure that's like your permanent business name. You're never going to change that again. Otherwise, it is a bit of a headache. Like you'll have to go through all your citations. At some point, it's going to be hundreds of citations, and you have to like individually fix them and make sure the name's on point. Because Google, it matches your business profile to the citations, and these are basically a version of backlinks. So the more citations, valuable and like authoritative citations you build for your backlink, the more they're going to be able to the more Google's gonna want to trust it and show you for the top keywords. So moving on, now we're just gonna show you guys some results that we've been able to produce for our clients using the exact same things we've been telling you guys about for like the last 25 minutes. So this was for like the keyword dispensary near me. It used to be average rank of 5.59, and now it's 2.43. So these scans are for like a 3-mile radius, which is typically like how far people are willing to travel, even if it shows up on Google. Like after a certain point, people aren't going to drive, even if you're showing on Google, just because it just gets kind of ridiculous. If there's way closer options. So there's a certain amount of like area that we focus on. So this is for like dispensary near me keyword, a top keyword for them. And this is another one, cannabis dispensary, another big keyword for them. We brought it from 4.92 to 2.16 across their area. And another keyword was just like a dispensary keyword, literally just dispensary. It went from 5.56 to 2.40 on average. So that's kind of what you want to see. You want to be able to like track how your ranks are across your map and see how you are. This is a quick testimonial we had recorded. It's like not even 30 seconds, and just to give you guys like an idea of like how this stuff really works, what it's been able to do for another dispensary owner.
For about the last 8 months, and have nothing but great things to say about them. We've been helping out with SEO, backlinks, a Google page, and we've seen our numbers skyrocket over the last 8 months. Nothing but good things to say about these guys. So thank you so much, Marcelo. Thank you, Marcelo.
Cool, yeah, and then we had a follow-up testimony as well. That one's a lot longer. If you want, you can check that out later. It's almost 4 minutes, but we kind of get more in depth about how we help them. So for this specific client, for them, they saw that it was like a 10-to-1 ROI on their investment. They were by the eighth month mark, we were averaging. So this was already an established store. They didn't just like open. They already had like a consistent sales, like for over a year and a half. They were consistent on their sales. They were just hovering around like I won't give exact numbers, but let's just say they were hovering around 100 sales a day. And then by the time we got to the eighth month mark with them, they were at like 125. And then by like the year, like 14-month mark, they were like over 40 extra sales a day from what they were used to average. So we were able to add almost like 25,000 a month in their revenue just from doing proper SEO, making sure everything is according to what Google wants. That's the main thing, because Google is the one that gets to decide how high you rank at the end of the day. So just kind of hammering in the point like why your website is your most valuable asset. It's like it's like digital real estate for you, right? Like you can have people coming to it, and if it's not designed correctly, people aren't gonna want to interact with it. They won't use it. They won't want to like visit your store. They won't look for directions. They won't like read what you're all about. So your first impression really, really matters. Um, just because people decide like right away, like, okay, if it's not loading quickly, like I'm out. So that's like a main thing. You want to make sure it's loading very quickly. There's some stats here. Sites that take over 3 seconds, they lose like half the visitors right off the bat. Again, we live in the age of commodity, right? Like people want things bang, bang, bang right away. So a little bit of impatience, it can like turn a lot of customers off. So that's something you want to make sure your website is loading fast and quickly, and it's of course it's the user experience is on point. You want to make sure it's structured correctly, make sure that people are able to get to your products quickly, get to your delivery section quickly, get to your directions quickly, make sure that it's very easy for them to use. There's no confusion when they get to your website. And then, of course, you want to have it branded correctly because you build that trust with them, that loyalty, which is kind of part of like what you do with the social media. You showcase what you're all about to people so they know what they're getting into when they walk through the door. And then your website is kind of the foundation of all your marketing, right? Because even with social media, a lot of people will check out your website to see, hey, like what are they all about? Like what's their about us section? What are their policies, their FAQ? They can read all that stuff in depth in one spot. So it's kind of like your digital business card as well, but you can make a lot of money off of it when you employ the right strategies with it. And of course, you want to be able to collect leads as well with your website. You want to get the email marketing, SMS marketing. We recommend email marketing only because it doesn't. It's not as it's more cost effective. With SMS marketing, it typically ends up being a per text price that they services charge you. So with the emails, it's a little bit better, and you get more ROI with that. So yeah, just like kind of building on like the duo of email marketing SEO. We did just touch on it, but basically like it's a good way to recapture customers and see what they're all about. Especially when they come to the cash register, they type in or they give you their email address and then you ring up their purchase. Now you're starting to make a a customer database for them and seeing, okay, what products are they buying every single time. And like I mentioned earlier, then you can start doing targeted advertising. So if they're always buying an ounce and you have a supplier that gave you a great deal on ounces, well, now you can start targeting these people that are looking only for ounces and let them know, hey, like we got like 60% off on like whole ounces. And we won't get into the nitty gritty, but you can say you can advertise it with whatever, like 30% THC, got all the terps, crystals, whatever. That's when the like your marketing team comes in and they can help designing that and taking care of that headache for you. Um, so yeah, there's like a key stat. You get a huge a huge return on your investment for with email marketing, especially when you have a customer database and you're seeing what these people are purchasing. It's typically $42 for every dollar spent, so it's very, very good return. After that, excuse me. After that, it is we highly, highly recommend you have, if you don't already, have your analytics set up. That's your Google Search Console, your Google Analytics. This is all data that Google provides you, so no one can really mess with it. You should be able to see where the data is being extracted from yourself. You shouldn't be just getting the reports either. And essentially, this tells you like what's working for you, what's not. Like, are you even getting more people on your website? Where are they coming from? Is it from the Google Business Profile, or is it from social media? Like, all of that can be tracked, and you should track it. Just because then you can see what's working, what's not, what you can build on, where are your opportunities to build on. We said this earlier. We're going to say it again. Men lie, women lie, numbers don't. And especially in business, we want to always follow the numbers because the numbers, if they make sense, then they make sense, right? So we'll move on for that. This is a quick slide, just like our success stories. This is another cannabis client of ours, how we've been able to help them. A shout out from Jason Tantalo. So we are official partners with Nycra. We did build a website for them. Very proud of that. It's a beautiful website, very responsive. SEO, everything's SEO related, ready to go on it. So very, very proud of that partnership, and we'll be making a lot more content coming with New York, whether in the form of blogs or we're going to be doing like an interview series coming up with them too. So look out for that. It's going to be exciting. So that kind of brings us to the end of our presentation. Thank you everybody for being with us. There's 9 of you. Grateful for every single one of you for staying here till the end. Please feel free to ask any questions you guys might have. We can answer them, try to answer them live here. We can answer them in the chat. And I also wanted to let you guys know we are offering a complimentary consultation for your exact situation. Now, in this webinar, we weren't able to do a full deep dive into anyone's website or their Google business profile, but we will be conducting that if you are interested in doing that for your store. Let you know how your website's doing, what your on-page SEO is like, and show you how you're ranking as well on your Google business profile, like the type of heat maps that we showed you. For our clients, this is how we keep track of your Google business profile. So you'll be able to see with these type of reports how exactly you guys are ranking. Yeah, absolutely. We'll be emailing the presentation to everybody for sure, Kara. So yeah, we'll be making sure you guys get the slides. We'll share the recording as well if there's anything we might have missed. And yeah, if there's anybody that wants to schedule a complimentary consultation, please just give a thumbs up. We can reach out to you. Awesome, John. We'll take care of you. What I'll do, John, is I'll give you a call after this meeting, after this webinar, and we'll set up a time that works for everybody. And we'll give a little bit of time so we can do the research for you, see where your store is at, how your website is, what you need and whatnot, and we'll take it from there. So again, I want to thank you all for joining us today. This was a very successful webinar. We will be holding like one a month. So if you want to join the next one, we'll be giving you guys a shout out and a heads up about that as well. Other than that, yeah, that brings us to the end. We'll reach out to everybody. Make sure you're able to like hear us properly. You're able to get some of your questions answered. Maybe we'll provide valuable information to you. And yeah, if you want to schedule something, we can do that on the phone call as well. We'd love to take care of you. Yeah, and is there any questions, guys? Open floor. Anything I went over? Any questions or concerns? Like, hey, what are backlinks? Google Search Console? Anything like that? Feel free, guys. We're here to help out. Awesome. Okay. That brings us to the end of our presentation. Again, thank you so much, everybody, for joining us. I'll be reaching out personally to all of you. We'll be sending the presentation with the recordings to all of you. And we look forward to seeing how we can help. Thanks again, guys. All the best. And have a great rest of your day. Thank you and take care. Our pleasure, John. Looking forward to talking with you.